What's up, y'all? Controller's about to die. Let me see if my other one has any juice. This controller is broken. Yeah, man. I'm not to burn like this. I got a short USB for my controller because I forgot my other one at my friend's house. So this is a 6-7 playmaking lockdown. It's called a finisher. Um, I made him because I like to ISO. I like to I like to pass and kick out. And the cool thing is with this player is he gets Hall of Fame. Obviously playmaking, he can momentum, speed boost with takeover. But he's really fast, really athletic, really strong. Um, he gets a ton of blocks. I didn't put steals up on this guy because I'm going to be on ball most of the time. And I know steals are a big deal, but I just couldn't get the other stats like offensive rebound. Um, but I really wanted offensive rebound because the second chance points for when I pass, kick out, say my teammate misses, I'm down there against a point guard, already have box out position, and can get that easy board, put back or kick back out. Um, that's why I like to run with this player. I like him because obviously he's big, fast, athletic, and he can do everything. He can shoot. He'll have a 67 three-point shot, which is obviously super easy to shoot with um, in 2K20. So, or most 2Ks. Um, I personally think that the uh, playmaking and defensive pie chart is the best pie chart in the game. They can do everything. Play defense, dunk, get contacts, um, obviously clamp up and shoot. So that's crazy. So that was an example right there of just what he can do. Get in the paint, shoot it, miss it, grab it, kick it out. Usually he doesn't miss too much. I'm kind of playing like trash since I turned the stream on, but um, you'll see once I get the hang of it again that he's pretty nasty, man. Yeah, man. The cool thing, I beat legends with this dude all the time. Like they're just like they can't believe how OP this build is. He's just insane. Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame rim protector, everything, man. Everything that you need. Like you can see right there, like he came from the 3-point line and could have gotten that block. I only have chase down on silver because I really like running Hall of Fame rebound chaser and Hall of Fame rim protector. Could have probably taken a better angle to get a dunk there. I'm not saying I'm the best 2K player ever, but I am pretty good. Um, I there's obviously things I can work on. I'm not too good with screens. I like the ISO. As you can see, you probably should have got that block too. Usually does. I'm running Hall of Fame right now because I just wanted to see how many more overalls I could get up by running a Hall of Fame game instead of just running pro. To be honest, it doesn't really feel much different. Obviously, the shooting, you got to be more exact, but it really doesn't feel that much different. they double team, you got to pass right away and things like that. Just IQ. But other than that, it's pretty damn easy, dude. Especially with this build, man. I haven't played my career much at all. Like at the start, I played probably a full season with my first player I ever made, which was a shot creator. Actually, the first couple I made got deleted because I was first made no defense, and I was a two-way slash and playmaker. No, I'm sorry. I was a sharpshooting playmaker in 2K19, and I like to dribble, shoot, shoot, shoot. But 2K, they obviously took most of the dribble moves out. I didn't think it was too fun anymore to be, that type of player who just dribbles and shoots. I think that's really boring. This player can do everything. He can guard the point guard. He can guard the five. He can guard the, whatever you need. Um, and again, I'm not trying to really show off my dribbling skills here, but I'm just trying to go for wrong person. Ah, man. That's crazy. Yes, this is on Hall of Fame. And again, I know no one's watching this right now, but hopefully we can help some people out if they see it and find it on YouTube. I'll do some promotions later just to try to get my name out there because I think it'd be really cool to make some money, just extra money playing 2K, just doing what I do, in my spare time. So no stam. He can hit those. He can hit fades, from the midi. Not super consistently. I do not run difficult shots. But in the park, he definitely hits them. This is just Hall of Fame, so not used to really running this. So obviously, that would probably go in park and if it was on pro, but I'm just not used to shooting on Hall of Fame yet. I gotta start running the stage more. That's also why I'm playing Hall of Fame. I'm trying to get my. I know it's completely different in the park, but damn. Thinking about putting Teardropper on instead of Relentless Finisher just on bronze, but I really like Relentless, and I just don't. I only have 10 finishing badges. It is definitely enough, especially if you just run park and stage. But like you get into rec and stuff like that, you really got to be careful with just 10 finishing badges. You got to take smart shots. The good thing is, if you play high IQ, you don't have to worry about it. It's not like a slasher, like where you get, excuse me, where you get just a ton amount of, you just run in the paint and throw that shit up. I mean, it's not like that. It's like you gotta take good shots, smart shots. Yes, you can get contact dunks, but you're not going to be coming down dunking on a pure lock if you don't have the angle on them. I do run half court trap, just because my guy is so athletic and fast. It helps me get a lot of blocks. Um, Man, I hate that move. And I've also found that with dunking, if you hold, I know it's flashy, but if you hold the R stick down, I feel like I get so many more contact dunks. I've tried it with up, tried it with right and left, depending on, where the defender is, but I feel like I just get so many more contact dunks in the park, in the stage, everywhere. Pro-am, rec. If I hold the R stick down when I finish, I just feel like I finish so much better. See, like, I should have waited a second. Sorry guys, I just left my job one day. I got this I'm running the marketing department at this other company, and also doing some contract stuff for creating my own marketing company, and doing some contract work for some other companies. And a bunch of people from my job are texting me and everything, and just saying congrats and asking what's up. So that's why I'm kind of quiet. But yeah, if you guys do find this, I know I don't have anyone in the stream right now. I'm not really trying to do this for streaming. It's an easy way to get a video up on your profile. But if you guys have any questions, like comment, message me. My name on Twitter is um, my PSN. So search me up, man. You can ask me any questions. I do not have that many followers, so don't don't be surprised when you see me on there with no followers. But you know, it's whatever. I don't really I don't really stream. Don't really put myself out there much. You know, I just like 2K, man. I like a lot of the community. A ton of the community is super toxic, of course, but a lot of the community is super cool, and those type of people I like to talk with and hang out and whatever. But join the conversation with me, man. Twitter. I think I deleted my Instagram, but I might make another one here soon. Just a lot. I have like 3 Instagrams for my marketing stuff and everything, so it's just a lot. Um, Dunk, yes sir. And yes, I know this is on Hall of Fame, guys. This build is OP. This build is OP. If you take good shots, you make good reads. You don't take crazy stupid shots. You don't sell, like, you play good defense. You will love this build, guys. I know there's one other guy on YouTube that runs Playlock, and he has a shot creating takeover. It's this pretty much the same as my build. He just has a little different stats. Um, his badges, I think his playmaking badges are a little higher than mine, and so is his defense. But again, that's because he Hassan Whiteside is just terrible in this game. But he does. I think he just got the most badges on his guy. Like, he didn't put block all the way up. I think he put steal instead of block, and then I don't think he did offensive rebound. But again, that's just his play style. You know, he's a really good player, like really good player. I've watched his YouTube videos. Um, I'm gonna have to get his username for you guys. Um, Alonzo's good at D, bro. Should have thrown that way earlier. But yeah, man, I'll get his. You know what? Let me just look for it right now. He's dope, man. He's a good dude. I can tell. You just type in playmaking lockdown 2K20, and he's like, I think it's do that. I think it's a do that. Let me check.
With State Farm Life Insurance, the Kellys can sleep more soundly knowing that they protect their baby's future.
Don't have YouTube Premium yet, obviously. You just heard my ad. Yeah, this is do that. His name is Do That Then, bro, with 2 H's. But he might have changed his name from then. That video was from when he was All-Star 2. He's definitely not All-Star 2 anymore. Super good, super fun to watch, super chill guy. He got some great content. I did not make this because of him. I didn't even know. I just wanted to see, if other people had this build, because I really don't see a lot of this build a lot out in the park. I see a lot of finishers, but they're all pure. They're all pure shooting. So yeah, This build's crazy, bro. It's real crazy. I do not run Hall of Fame Dimer. I could run Hall of Fame Dimer. The people I run with, though, the good ones, I when I play with my good friends, I run 3v3 Pro Am, and I think our win percent, we're Pro Bronze right now. We can't really run that much because we have different schedules and stuff. But when we do run, I should not have taken that. When we do run, though, we run 3v3 Pro Am, and I think we're like 100 something and 28. I think that's our record. So we got a really good win percentage. It's not like crazy the best, but we're good, And this is the build that I run with, and it's just freaking overpowered, man. Did not want that Euro to be that slow. I don't know why they did that to the Euro step. They made it so slow. Like not all Euro steps are slow, you know what I mean? But I feel like if I change my layup package, it might help too. But jeez Louise, man. Nah, it's off. I don't like. I like the Blazers for this player. Um, he gets to run point guard a lot, which is really good. Because you just can't make a 6-7 point guard, which is just bad. I made this player. I'll show you how I made this player after this game. But I made him because I'm gonna keep him at 99. Like I'm not gonna be the one that loses a bunch, and I'm not gonna lose a bunch. You know what I mean? We just don't when I play. Especially if I'm not running with bums. Like I should not have shot that either. But I'm trying to talk and figure out what I'm trying to say. But if usually when I run with randoms a lot. I think my win percentage is not good. I literally run with randoms 95% of the time because my schedule is just different. I work a lot, and a lot of people I run with. That's crazy right there. But yeah, I run with randoms a lot. It's off. Never mind. And literally 95% of the time, and we don't lose that much. No matter who I play with, it's if you're not selling and honestly give me the ball and let me kind of run the offense, you will score points. And because if you're open, I pass it because the more I pass the ball, the more I pass the ball, the more open I get for dunks, the more open I get for ISO situations. So I pass the ball. You're gonna score a lot of points. You're gonna get it. It's just I don't. I know a lot of you guys are the same. That's why everyone has a point guard. It's like I should not have shot that. Um, it's getting kind of tired of playing the Pelicans, to be honest. That's crazy. But yeah, I don't like letting other people run the offense, especially when I'm running with randoms. If I know you and I trust you and I know you're gonna pass the ball when you should pass the ball and shoot when you should shoot and play good defense, it's know how to switch, IQ, stuff like that. Then fine, yeah, like absolutely fine. I'm a secondary ball handler, help out, get boards, pass, move around, cut. That's fine. Um, but I run with random, so it's like, yo, I'm not gonna let them run the point. So I love running with rebounding wings. If I could have me perimeter lock, rebounding wing, something like that, that would be perfect. One sec, guys. One of my buddies is calling me. All right, Joe. Sorry about that. So that was my buddy. He takes pictures, does some videography. This guy can shoot free throws, by the way. I'm just not used to Hall of Fame. But he's a really good guy. His family came over from Africa, and he sounds like he sounds like he's like a total white dude. He's super awesome. He's gonna go take my pictures for my new job that I got, so I can have some new profile pictures and content to post out. Um, but yeah, great dude. We were just talking a little bit about me and him. Were talking a little bit about just what's going on in the world today. Like obviously George Floyd shooting and everything, um, and all that. But what do you guys think about that? What do you think let's happen? Like, I obviously like don't come at me saying like, what do you think about it? And like, I think thinking at some point, I think Black Lives don't matter because I know somebody's gonna say that to me. But obviously, Black Lives Matter. And if you don't think Black Lives Matter, you're a racist and you're a douchebag. Like, just simple as that. I don't like you. Here's the thing, guys. I might disagree with people on like certain things, but the thing is, if you know a racist, or if a racist is coming at you, or something happened to you, and there's an injustice done to you, I will 100% stand by your side in that situation. 100%. There's just things that I know it's gonna piss people off, like when I say this, but I have the right to speak my mind, and you know, I talk to a lot of people on both sides, liberal and conservative, and both sides of this thing. And thing is, we all want the same thing, and the only difference, the only outlier in this whole situation of systemic racism and cops killing black people and things like that. The only thing that is causing this tension between us is there's a 1% of rich people who control pretty much everything that you watch on TV and everything that's out on the radio and everything in the magazines and the newspapers. And those people are the racist people, and those people are manipulative. They're manipulative. Excuse me, and they use tactics that have been used to keep people um, suppressed, like just down and out. This has been going on since right after slavery was abolished, since the civil rights movement. Like, and they put the blame on the party that's not responsible because they want to sit down and you know they want to manipulate, they want to control. And here's what I think's going on from I do a lot of research on this. This is like something that I am very passionate about. I am all for equality. Everyone needs to be equal. Everyone should be given equal opportunity to succeed in this country. But the thing is, I know this is gonna piss people off, but just know I do not mean this in a bad way. And hear me out. Like, just hear me out. There's nothing stopping you. I only got point two. It's usually what I get anyway for playing on pro, so it might have been a complete waste of time playing on Hall of Fame, but whatever. Um, there's nothing stopping a black person, an Indian person. There's no laws in place stopping you from succeeding. There's not. There's just not. And there's obviously stupid racist people, but there's nothing like no force out there. Of course, there's radical groups and whatever, but there's such a small number of them. And yes, they should be put in jail, and they should never get out ever. If you're a racist, you are one of the most disgusting people on the face of this planet. And I'm not saying that Black lives don't matter. I'm not saying that I am a white person, and I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, well, your friends are black, doesn't mean you're not racist or prejudiced." Blah blah blah. If you ask any of my friends, I went to a predominantly black school, and go ask all of them. They know I'm not racist. They know I'm not. I treat them like they're my family. I put them first before everything. Um, I'm there for them. So and again, I'm not saying this to be like I'm not prejudiced. Like I know I'm not. I'm just explaining to you so you understand like where I'm coming from. Like I care about my friends. They're my best friends. They're my brothers. They've done things for me. I've done things for them that you can't thank people enough for being there for you in those type of times. I'm not going to get into detail or anything, but the thing is this: it's like one of my buddies was, didn't do well in school. He messed around, whatever, and he almost didn't graduate. We helped him out. He did end up graduating. We helped him with his homework, helped him study, helped him get on track, and he's just not focused. He didn't really have a parent in his life that was there to kind of say, hey, this is the right direction. You need to stay in this direction and stay away from these type of people. But his father was the same. Like his father was um his father was the way he was, like gang banging, selling drugs, like all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, it's like, and I'll show you the player while I'm talking about this. Here's my stats and everything. Obviously, I do have unlimited boost, so I think that's why I can momentum. I hit the bonus on the wheel, but man, it's like this, and I'll explain why I didn't put steel up, also, in just a little bit. But it's like this. He messed around in high school, got kicked out, went to secondary school, and ended up getting a felony, not been able to get a job. He's been on unemployment, all this kind of stuff. Good dude, happened when he was super young, shouldn't have happened. But he's been in situations to where, like he's been shot 3 times. Like he can't, like when he got in trouble, it was because he had a firearm. And he was, obviously underage and whatever, and um his father was in a gang, so he's already affiliated with the gang unit and the police and everything, and all that. But the thing is, it's like, so obviously, like, he needed to protect himself. Like, he was hanging around with the wrong people. He lives in a bad neighborhood. And yeah, that freaking sucks, man. Like, it does. And I could not imagine what that's like. But he stayed with me for about 8 months. And during those 8 months, I just saw him change. Like, he got a job. He started working. He saved up a ton of money. Like, he was about to buy a car. And then he started bringing other people around that he used to hang out with. All of a sudden, that money's gone. It's like, I'm not saying those people are bad people. They're obviously not bad people. They're not. They're not bad people. But it's like the same environment. It's like when people say poverty is a mindset, this is what they mean. Because there's that friend that I had, and he's still struggling right now. He's on unemployment, and there's nothing wrong with it. I help him out all the time. Like, I'm never going to stop helping him out. And I don't say it's white savior syndrome. That's fucking bullshit. It's me helping my friend because, let me just explain this too. I know I'm kind of everywhere with this story, but when I was growing up, I moved around a lot. I moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times before high school. And when I got to this high school, I'd never been in a black high school before. My dad grew up a poor farmer, and he wanted to get away from where he lived, which is, down in bad parts of certain cities, and they owned obviously a big farm, but schools he went to, the places he lived, they weren't great places, he wanted to get his family away from that, and he did. He was really good at sports. He worked his butt off. He's super smart. He did homework, and he ended up getting a college scholarship for wrestling. Um, he met my mom in high school. My mom is from a nice family, from a good neighborhood, and whatever. And my parents ended up going to college together. and my mom got an invitation to go play overseas and for women's professional basketball, but she ended up having me. So she gave up her dream of playing professional basketball for me, which is pretty dang awesome. But the thing is, it's like this. My father is white, yes, but he is from Spanish descent. My great great grandparents were immigrants, moved over here, super extremely poor, huge family, very small house. They had nothing. They had absolutely nothing. And my great grandfather worked his absolute tail off, saved up enough money, and bought some land, which they started to obviously farm. And that is what he passed on to my great great grandfather. My great grandfather and my grandfather passed down to him. My dad didn't want to do that. They were never a rich family. They never had a lot of money. They just had enough for their family. You know, they had food to eat because of what they grew, and they ended up being being farmers. So my grandfather was a farmer and a school teacher. So my grandmother obviously helped with the house and keeping everything clean, and she was also a school teacher as well. Um, but then, uh, my dad is like, I don't want that. I don't want this for my family. So he went to college. He got a mechanical engineering degree, which is, if you don't know, it's a very, very hard degree to get. You have to be really good at math. You have to be very smart. You have to really stick to your coursework. He ended up getting his master's, and he's now. That's why I moved so much as a kid. Like I said, I moved 5 times before I was in high school, is because he was ranking up in his job, wanted to earn more money for his family, and now he owns his own business. And yes, I am greatly benefit from him owning his own business. I do not have a college degree. I I was very smart in high school. I had a 3 um, almost 3.9 GPA in college for a little bit. I played college basketball. In high school, I played football, basketball, and threw discus and shot put in high school at Omaha Burke. My name's on the wall and everything up there. I coached there for a little bit, and then I ended up getting hurt really bad. Football's my main sport, and I ended up getting hurt really bad my senior year. So what happened to me, and I'm going to get back to the other story, but what happened to me was I had 3 Division I scholarships. I ended up getting a super bad concussion in high school. It was actually the summer in my junior year going into my senior year. And what happened was our coaches are kind of old school. They're amazing, great coaches, and it's not their fault. But they put me and this other kid, who biggest hitters on the team. We're each 215, 220, 30 pounds. I was 215, he's 230. Really strong, really fast people, and put us up 15 yards away from each other and running straight into each other for 3 plays in a row. And the first play, I hit my head on, we just run straight into each other, right? And he lowered his shoulder, I lowered my shoulder, and my head hit, uh, my top of my head hit, I think it was a shoulder pad or something. And then it hit the ground, and it just started burning all on the top of my head. Um, it was really painful, like a headache, but it was also just a burning sensation all up on the top of my head. It wasn't like on my skull. I could tell like it was my brain. Like my brain was burning. That's what it felt like. And it's football, so I was like, hey, screw it. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do it again. So I was like, coach had us get back up, do it again, because obviously I fell on my ass and he hit me pretty damn hard. But I got up, did it again, and like my body wouldn't let myself run at him full speed again. It just, my body wouldn't let me. And I was running, I tried, and then I just kind of dove at his ankles, and like my coach was like, "What are you doing?" Like blah 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 blah. I didn't want to tell him my head hurt, so I got up, and I did it again, and I hit it, and I just forced myself to hit him, and my head just burned so bad. It was like the top of my brain, like at the time it was like, oh, it's just a boo boo type thing, but I was hurt so bad on that first play, like I wasn't thinking straight. Like I wasn't thinking like my brain is hurting right now. So my grades dropped pretty. I went from a 3.8 GPA in high school, and after that, my senior year, I had like a 2.7, which is still good for a lot of people, but for me, it was really hard because I couldn't study anymore. Um, the only reason really I passed some of my classes is because my teachers helped me out tremendously. Like I was just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like something's wrong, and everyone noticed something was wrong, so they kind of helped me out. Obviously, we didn't tell the football coach who was recruiting me because it was my way into college, and my dad didn't have the money at the time to put me through college because he just invested all of his money into this business that he had just started. And he only did that because I did have 3 Division I full ride scholarships, and I had a bunch of Division II. So he thought, I'm set. I don't need to worry about putting me through college. So he invested, the college. We talked about it and everything, and we just didn't expect this to happen. Maybe it was stupid, maybe not, whatever. Everyone can have their own opinions on that, but that's what happened, and I'm completely okay with him doing that because we talked about it, and it's not his fault I got hurt. But my whole senior year, I did play. Um, uh, they noticed something was wrong with me, but I would never be like, "Hey, this is wrong. My head hurts," because that was my livelihood. That's what I've been training for my entire life was to go play college football and hopefully make it to the NFL. And I was well on my way. And my senior year, I wasn't myself. I gained 20 pounds and it was not good weight. I felt like I couldn't work out. I felt like my body was just lethargic and slow, and I was scared of the light. Not scared of the light, but the light irritated me. I started getting anxious and worried, and I just started being like a completely different person. I didn't even recognize. I started getting super depressed. Um, so I ended up not going to play college football because I went to uh, like a brain doctor, pretty much a head trauma doctor, and we ran some tests, did MRIs, a bunch of stuff, and he's just like, look, there's nothing wrong with your scans, but obviously, your coaches, your teachers, your parents, everyone says something's wrong, and nothing had changed in my life, guys. Like nothing at all had changed. I was very happy, like compassionate person, and I just turned into this person where I was depressed and anxious and scared and worried all the time. And he's like, look, if your head hurts and you're feeling this way, don't play football. It's not worth your life, man. He said, I've seen this happen. And what ends up happening is you go play, you get hurt more, or you don't get hurt and you just continue to play. And then you're 40 years old and have dementia. So or you go to college. He said, I've seen this happen. You go to college and you end up dropping out, or you waste your time, you waste whatever time. He's like, take care of yourself, get better. So that's what I did, man. And I was super depressed. I started getting into drugs, alcohol, and kind of fucked my life up a little bit, man. I didn't go to college for about a year and a half, and then the Burke football staff, they're just tremendous people, offered me to come help out with football, and um, changed my life. At that moment, it gave me like a purpose, gave me something to live for, and I didn't make any money. It was free, but like they enjoyed having me. I just the relationships I was building with the kids, the teammates, and the players were awesome and great and whatever, and it just gave me purpose. And the basketball coach ended up asking me to come on staff to coach their freshman team, and um, that's what I did, and that's why I coached basketball, started loving basketball again. Um, Midland, one of the head people at Midland heard about my story and had the basketball coach ask me to come play basketball for him. I was a really good athlete. She told him that. She told him I was out of shape. I was, went through all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, absolutely. And Coach Oliver Drake over at Midland gave me an opportunity, and I went and played, and so fun. It was amazing. It was awesome. And um, man, I just can't thank him enough for that. At the same time, um, at the same time, this was all going on. I started hanging out with my Antoine a little more, and um, kind of going back to our relationship a little bit. When I first moved to Burke, I had been going to all white schools, and again, guys, I'm really sorry I'm all over the place. I wasn't expecting to tell you my whole life story, but I think it's important because for the context of the what we're talking about to just to understand me a little bit and kind of how I got to be friends with all these different kind of people that just I wouldn't have my life any other way. Even though bad shit happened, wouldn't have it any other way. I What happened was I came to this predominantly black school, and from coming from schools that had one, two black people my whole life, and I was never racist or anything, and whatever, and I kind of knew like people kind of gave me heads up like, hey, it's gonna be rowdy, rambunctious. There's kids who don't have parents here and whatever. And I was like, that's no big deal for me. It's like I was alive. My dad was poor, didn't have any money. Like, whatever. I was rowdy and rambunctious sometimes. Like, whatever. Like, I get it. So I went there and I saw, there's fights all the time. There's people running around in the hallways. Like, I've never seen this before. Like, imagine, right? I've never seen this before. Some kid got stabbed with a pencil. There's blood everywhere. He was okay. And it's like that's what I experienced at the school, but also I experienced some of the most fun and loving people I ever met in my life. So I came to Burke. I came to this predominantly black school, tried out for the basketball team, made the basketball team, and I was on the freshman team, right? And we're playing and whatever, and there's like two, three, four other white kids on the team, and everyone else is black. And uh, I didn't really know how to. I couldn't really understand what people were saying. They talked way faster than I was used to. They used lingo that I didn't know at the time. Like I was like, I do not know what that means. I just don't. And some kids started kind of picking on me, and he could tell like like I didn't know what to do, what to say, like I didn't know how to defend myself. I couldn't even, didn't know how to stand up for myself. I've never really had to. And, I moved a lot, so I never got to really grow up with friends and develop like long-term relationships and things like that and kind of know how to work through that kind of stuff. The crazy thing is, after this all happened, I'll explain what happened. After this all happened, he just came up and told me like exactly what I needed to hear. Like, hey man, like, I'll tell you what he did first. So we're at basketball. They're kind of picking on me and whatever, elbowing me, throwing shots, and I just like didn't know what to do. And the coaches, obviously were telling them to stop and whatever, but they're not going to stop because the coach tells them to stop, whatever. Um, and so Antoine, my friend, stops practice. He says, "Hey, cut it out, cut it out. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." And he walks up to this kid and is like, "You gonna keep picking on him?" And just boom, knocks his ass to the ground. And the other dudes start talking, boom, boom, boom. Four people on the ground. And Antoine, again, he's this kid. He's gang banging. He's fighting. He's selling dope. Like, people are like, don't fuck with Antoine. You know what I mean? And he came up to me and he's like, I got your back, bro. And it wasn't anything. It wasn't like, come do this. He just knew like I worked hard. He saw me in school. He saw me at basketball. He saw me at lunch. I worked hard. I was a nice person, and he respected that. And I didn't really know him, but at that moment, it's like that's my brother. Like that's my guy now. You know what I mean? Like there's no other way around it. I like at that moment, if anything happened to him, I would be there. I would be there for him. I would fight for him. I would. I would get suspended for him. Like all this stuff. Like whatever. Like I never got suspended. Never got in trouble. But I would for this dude at that moment because That was the first time I felt like, damn, somebody's got my back. And I didn't even know this dude. There's no white person out there that has ever done anything like that for me. You know, friends that I was friends with for 4 years, it's like, they never would ever do that for me. Ever. Never. And he came up, didn't even know me, and he did this. And we've been friends ever since. And that was, shit, man, I was 15, 14, 15, I'm 24, almost 25, almost 10 years ago, man. And, no, I was, yeah, 15, yeah. I was almost 10 years ago, man. And, yeah, so that's kind of me and his relationship. I was friends with some other people, you know. There's a kid migrated from Africa. He was born in Africa, came over here. When he was here, he thought that the United States have flying cars. Like, that's the type of country and village he came from. Like, he thought he didn't have TV, he didn't have computers, he didn't have that kind of stuff, he didn't have access to it. He thought, you know, he saw this movie, this show, or something. He saw something. I don't remember what it was, a magazine maybe. And he literally thought that the United States had flying cars and shoes that made you float when he came here. Um, he told me a story, and this kid's name is Sam. He's a really amazing person. He came here, and some kid called him a monkey, and he didn't know what that meant. No, I'm sorry. Some kid called him the N word, and he didn't know what that meant. He had no idea what the N word meant. So he asked one of the people that sat next to him, what does that mean? And he's like in the third or fourth grade or something like that. And he said, that means you're a monkey. And he got up and started beating his ass, all this kind of shit, and he got suspended. And but they came back, actually lifted his suspension, and you know, just the other kid got in trouble, which he shouldn't have gotten in trouble. But Sam, on the other hand, you know, Antoine took his path, the path he knows, the path that his father had, and Sam came to America not knowing English language, not knowing, you know, anything about U.S. history, and he just bought his mom a house. He just bought his brother a car. He just putting his brother through college. His mom's handicapped. He takes care of her. He he takes care of his little sister. Like, he takes care of his little cousins. He takes care of everyone in his family, and he's 27, 26. You know, he had a basketball scholarship and everything, and things didn't work out for him, but what he did is he went to work, he bought a car, went to work, provided for himself, and now he's at a point where he's providing for his family. You know, he's starting his own business. He's living the American dream. Like, he's not there yet, but he will be. I know he will be. He's a smart, great dude. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, Antoine isn't a political guy, but the people that he hangs out with will say, you know, F Donald, F Donald Trump, F all this, F whatever. Donald Trump is a ginormous douchebag, okay? He is. But at the same time, he is fighting those people who own the newspapers, the radio stations, that are putting out this fear mongering, saying white people are out to get you. That's what Trump is fighting. You notice black unemployment is a record low. People are going to say that's because of Obama. It's not because of Obama. Okay, Obama did get us out of the recession to a point, but kind of also caused it. People say George Bush caused it because of 9/11, which is also true. But look, like, Medicare for All killed us, guys. Like, you know, it killed us. Like, I know it's good for people who don't have it, but do you know how much debt he put us in. He gave billions of dollars to people who hate us. Billions of dollars to people who literally kill Christians, who literally kill people from America just because they're American. He's giving money to these billions of dollars to these people. He signed a trade deal with China that completely screwed us, guys. He signed he got us into deals that, and guys know I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I do research for myself. I look at the bill signed into law. I look at people's opinions. Yes, I do, on both sides. I want to see what both sides people say, but I'm looking at facts when I am coming to my own conclusion. And that's another reason why I love Kanye West, because no matter how crazy he is, whatever, God uses imperfect people to do his work. So Kanye is what he is, right? But at the same time, he's standing up for what he believes in. And there's some people that are going to be negative if they see this and comment, say I'm racist and whatever, and I'm stupid, don't know what I'm talking about. And that's fine. You are completely free to have your choice of opinion. I am just saying this so you understand. Like, this ain't like, it's not like you're going to be here asking yourself, what is it about Trump that's racist, whatever. It's just like, think for yourself, yo. Like, that's what Kanye does. That's what Trump does. Trump is not here to put anyone down. He's here to fight globalists. That's why some of the things that he says are negative, because the people that are suppressing the minorities are actually the people who are owning the news stations, the radio stations, and putting out this propaganda. Like, there are white people out there that don't want you to succeed. I'm telling you right now, that's just not true, guys. There are some absolutely horrible people, again, and they should be in jail, like I said before. But Trump sounds like a douchebag because, and some people take it like he's talking to them, but that's not the case. He's not talking to you. He's talking to the globalists, yo. He's talking to the people who are trying to control you. Like, that's what he's doing. So again, like, it is what it is, yo. It is what it is, but that's just kind of the thing. It's like Sam took the right path. He's on his way. He's taking care of his family. Like, he's living the American dream. Antoine is still working on it, and I'm always gonna be there for him no matter what. And it's like, whatever, yo. Like, I'm gonna be there for him whether he succeeds or fails. Like, and no matter what he does, like, that's my brother. Like, nothing's gonna change. And it's just, you can just see like the two different paths. And I'm not gonna lie, I saw someone in my stream. I kind of got a little nervous talking about it, but that's me, yo. Like, that's what I believe. So, if you do watch this, I hope you watch it till the end and everything. But it is what it is. I want to know what you guys think about everything that's going on. Like, obviously, it's completely wrong that George Floyd's got killed. It's obviously horrible. But at the same time, yo, it's like, it's wrong, like 100% wrong. Don't get me wrong that cop should be in jail. That to me, that cop should be in jail for the rest of his life and never see the light of day outside the bars of prison again. But at the same time, it's like you can't go loot businesses, you can't go kill cops, you can't do that kind of stuff, yo. You just can't. And it's sad. It's sad to see America going through this. It's sad to see people being manipulated. It's not their fault. It's really not. Um, it's not your fault what you can't see, what you're not given opportunity to know. So if you want out of your situation, do what it takes. It's like people are out there saying other people are out there to get you. They're out here to stop you, and it kind of puts this anxiety on you. Like, well, if I go try to do this, someone's going to try to stop me. That's not true, yo. Like, that is not true. No one is out there trying to stop you. No one. No one's out there trying to stop you. Nobody. If you get pulled over by a cop, you're working your butt off, you're going to work, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, making money, saving up for your own business. I'm actually gonna close this because I don't want to play Hall of Fame again. But if you're out there going to work and doing what you're supposed to be doing, no one is gonna come stop you. And if a police officer comes up and pulls you over, how you react to what he says is going to increase or decrease your odds of going to jail, of being shot, which should not happen, especially if you're unarmed. Either way, cops need to be retrained. I do agree with that. There's no way in hell that an unarmed person should be getting shot. Yeah, there's just that shouldn't happen. If you're arguing with a cop, you shouldn't be abused. You shouldn't. But if you resist arrest, that's like they have to arrest you. You know what I mean? They have to. Um, so I don't know. Um, I, I I don't know exactly what the details should be on that, but the thing is, it's like how you react to that cop. Yes sir, no sir. Having your hands on the wheel. This is what my father taught me. Having your hands on the wheel. Yes sir, no sir. Properly speaking to them, like if they smell marijuana in your car, man, let them search your car, yo. Like, don't freak out. Like, they smell it, they're gonna search it anyway. Yo, like, take the consequence, yo. Like, just take it. I've had my car searched before, and yes, my friend was in there, and he's not white, okay? And it's like, even a black officer pulled me over, man. It's like, if he smelled weed in my car, whatever, I had a pipe on me, yo. And I was like, he's like, I smell marijuana. I'm gonna search your car. I was like, I can just give it to you if that's all right. It's in my middle compartment. Can I just open it up and give it to you, sir? And he's like, that would be great. Thank you. And so I opened it up and I gave it to him. It was a pipe. I said, and you can search the rest of my car if you'd like to. I'm not sure if I have any weed in here because I smoked some and that's all that I thought I had, but my car's super messy, so you can absolutely take a look if you'd like. And this is a black cop, by the way, looks through, my car and like just peeks in, opens the door, like looks through a couple things. Like, I'm good, man. I appreciate you giving me this. I was speeding 5 miles over, and what he did is he took my pipe and he brought me back a warning, and he said, and he tells me, he says, if everyone did what you just did, the world would be a much better place. So I'm gonna give you a warning, for being, honest and forthright with me. And again, I'm white, but he was black, so it's like I don't know. I don't know if that same disparity's there. Like, I really don't. I don't know if he's thought like, oh, he's white, so he's gonna get away with it. That's that's he said that later. He's like, I'm not giving you this because you're white. It has nothing to do with that. It's because you're upright and honest with me, and you didn't make me search through your car. You didn't waste my time. You helped me do my job, and that's it. So here's a warning. I want you to, just keep being you. And I said, thank you, officer. Um, Stay safe out there and whatever. And that was it. But again, I know some of y'all are black watching this, so I don't know, man. Just like, I really don't know what it's like to be black. I don't. But I just know, like, growing up with my friends for 10 years, it's like, spending months with them at a time, like going everywhere with them. Like, Antoine did some stuff, and when he did some stuff, that's when he got in trouble. But when he started to realize, like, hang out with the right people, like me and my other homies, and some of his other friends that are good people, like we started hanging out together, it was like, man, I did not want to do this. But it's like, it didn't happen. Like, cop stopped him one time. He was with us. Like, he was walking through my apartment complex, where we were all staying, and he and I saw it, man. I saw it. All of us saw it, and it was like he didn't. He was like, "Hi, sir. How's it going?" He goes, "Well, we're looking for some people, a person walking through this apartment complex, and it's a nice apartment complex. It's expensive. A bunch of white people are in that apartment complex. White officer pulled up on him. He had dreadlocks, walking through the apartment by himself. He just took the trash out for us, and he's walking back in. Officer stops him and starts asking him about, what's going on, why are you here? And he says, sir, I live with my friend. I'm in apartment 102, right over there. I was just taking the trash out. And he says, okay, do you mind if I pat you down? He said, absolutely not, officer, go ahead. So he patted him down, and he, um, and Antoine was like, is there a reason that you stopped me? Because like, obviously I'm consenting to this, but, um, and I saw him being pat down. I walked over and I said, hey, what's going on? He goes, oh, I'm just saw somebody we got reports of someone with a screwdriver trying to get in cars and, whatever. And I said, okay, well, it's not him. He lives with me. He just took my trash out. We just got back from a show. We were doing some music and stuff at the time. He's like, okay, all right, no big deal. I was just checking. They said the guy had a hoodie on. Obviously, he has a hoodie on and whatever. So I said was a description of a black person. They said they didn't get a description of the race or anything. But the cop let him go, and it was like nothing bad, like at all. And Antoine said, thank you for doing your job. I appreciate you keeping the community safe. And he said, anytime, make sure you call us if you need anything. And it was like, we got his card, like, we got a relationship with this guy, like, because Antoine was respectful, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, obviously, there are some racist, horrible people out there, but at the same time, I see these videos and all this stuff. I do see videos also of people doing exactly what they're supposed to do and they got shot. I have seen that before also, and that cop should be in freaking prison, and that needs to change. But at the same time, keep a cool head, keep a level head. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. And if not, if something happens, people like me will be there to help you fight that injustice. I promise you. Justice for George Floyd. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree that that should happen. Um, just I don't know, man. I love all y'all. Everyone that watches this, I love you. I don't care if you hate me or not. I love you. Um, I want peace. I want peace in this world, man. And simple as that, yo. Simple as that. So I don't know, man. Work hard and just know there's no one out there trying to stop you. There's no one trying to stop you. There's enough in this world for everyone. There's enough in this world for everyone to eat. There's enough in this world for everyone to get theirs, um, and help other people. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I want to do, and hopefully one day this world will be a more peaceful and happy place for everyone, and no one's living in those horrible situations anymore. But just know if you are in that situation, there are people like me who believe in you and who will help you any way they can. I don't have a ton of money, like, I pay my rent and everything, but if you really need something, hit me up, man. I'm here for you, and I'll be doing some giveaways and whatever. And I want to hear other people's stories about their life. I want to hear what's going on in your life, what experiences you've had with the police, um, what you think about other people doing this and all that. just let me know. Keep me updated. I know I'm kind of rambling. I'm not too good at this stuff yet, but that's how I feel. That's how I've always felt, and just want to put that out there. So straight up, man. Straight up. So stay safe, y'all. I'm gonna hop off this stream. I'm probably gonna start another one. And we'll go from there. Peace out, y'all.